We've been waiting for the wrong moment. I've been in enterprise tech long enough to know when something genuinely new is happening. Hollywood sold us a lie. We thought the AI takeover would be loud, a switch flipping, machines taking over, some cinematic break from the past. That's not what's happening. The shift is quiet. It's already here. Open a browser tab. It's sitting right there. The takeover didn't announce itself. Your workforce is already using AI, not planning to, not piloting it, using it. It didn't happen with a bang. It happened while you weren't looking. 1 billion queries a day. That's what ChatGPT is processing right now. Every 24 hours. For context, that's more than all the Google searches in 1999. The entire year, happening daily. 1 billion times a day, someone asks a machine to draft an email, write code, analyze a spreadsheet, summarize a meeting. This isn't some future we're preparing for. This is Tuesday. And most organizations are still debating whether they need a policy. 400 million people use this tool every week now. That's not a pilot program. That's not early adopters. That's normalized behavior across the global workforce. Hundreds of millions of professionals are choosing to ask an AI instead of a colleague every single day. Not because they were told to, because it's faster. The displacement everyone's worried about, it's not a forecast. It's a decision being made right now, one query at a time, by people who've already moved on. Most executives think displacement will look like a restructuring announcement, severance packages, exit interviews, a moment you can point to. That's not how this works. A marketing manager needs campaign copy. Last year, they hired a freelancer. This year, they open a tab, 10 seconds. An executive needs market research. Used to brief a junior analyst, now they paste the data into Claude. An entrepreneur building a business plan used to hire 3 consultants. Now they prompt for the entire structure before lunch. The job didn't get eliminated. It never got created in the first place. No termination letter, no severance. Just a question that used to require a human and now doesn't. The displacement isn't happening in HR. It's happening one query at a time in silence across 400 million people who've already made the switch. We use the word automation like it means making someone's job easier. That's not what's happening anymore. When an AI handles a task autonomously, start to finish, the human isn't being assisted, they're being replaced. There's a difference between a tool that helps you write faster and a tool that writes while you're asleep. We're not automating tasks anymore. We're automating roles. And most organizations are still calling it productivity software. Let's look at what's actually happening on the ground. 77% of marketing professionals now use ChatGPT daily. 71% of consultants have integrated AI into client delivery. Dominant adoption isn't a forecast, it already happened. If you're still working in these fields using traditional workflows, you're not early to something. You're late. You're competing against a majority who've already moved on. The question isn't whether to adopt, it's whether you can still catch up. The data doesn't care what you believe. Job postings for AI-susceptible roles have dropped 19% in just 3 years. That's not projection. That's what already happened. The forecast is heavier. 50% of entry-level white-collar roles gone within 5 years. The career ladder isn't disappearing from the top down. It's losing its bottom rungs. There's no first job anymore, just a prompt that costs 2 cents and ships in 40 seconds. If you're waiting to see how this plays out, you're watching the end. And if you think companies are just watching this unfold, they're not. Duolingo, Shopify. Major tech companies have flipped the default. Their managers now have to prove a human is necessary before they can make a hire. Not prove the AI can do it, prove it can't. The burden of proof reversed entirely. Human labor used to be the assumption. Now, it's the exception you justify when the machine fails. That's not a pilot program, that's policy. The question shifted from can AI do this to why would we pay someone when it can? The organizations I work with are fracturing into 3 categories right now. First, the AI native companies, built from scratch around agents. They price outcomes, not hours. Their operations scale while the CEO sleeps. Second, the AI emergent, traditional businesses that see what's coming and are tearing up their playbooks, frantically rebuilding core processes, racing the clock. Third, the obsolete, still holding 90-minute steering committee meetings to discuss whether AI is a fad. I sat through one last month. 17 people, 2 PowerPoint decks, 0 decisions. Their competitor launched an agent-driven service line the same day. The gap isn't narrowing, it's exponential. Hashtag AI agents versus human workers, the constraint problem. The real danger comes down to constraints. If you're automating old workflows, you're building for a world that already ended. Traditional automation still assumes human limits. Someone has to log in, send the email, attend the meeting, take sick days, sleep eventually. AI agents don't. They run autonomously. 24/7, no cognitive ceiling, no burnout, no notice period. The gap between a human-centric company and an agent-native one isn't linear, it's exponential. One scales with headcount, the other scales without it. That's not a productivity improvement. That's a different species of organization entirely. And most executives are still optimizing for the one that's disappearing. So how do you actually build for this? 4 pieces. All of them work together. First, outcome-based design. You tell the AI what you want achieved, not how to do it. Let it find the path. Second, continuous learning. Your systems get smarter with every interaction. Static workflows break the moment variables change. Third, human AI collaboration patterns. Your people handle oversight and exceptions, not micromanagement, not daily decisions. Fourth, distributed intelligence architecture. Multiple agents working together, autonomously. Most companies are still trying to bolt AI onto org charts designed in 1995. It's like installing a jet engine on a horse-drawn carriage and wondering why it doesn't fly. You're not upgrading the old system, you're replacing it entirely. Hashtag AI agents, market growth, the exponential reality. If you're wondering whether you really need to tear up your playbook, look at the numbers. ChatGPT usage grew 634% across all sectors in 2024. The AI agents market hit $7.3 billion in 2025. By 2030, AI is projected to drive 21% of total US GDP. The agents market will hit $47 billion, growing at 45% annually. Most traditional tech trends took a decade to reach maturity. This one is moving faster than anything we've seen. The companies still debating whether this matters are already behind. Amid all this growth, here's the paradox that should give you hope. 72% of businesses have adopted AI in some form, but only 1% believe they've actually reached AI maturity. That means your competitors are using ChatGPT, sure, but they haven't mastered the agent-native architecture yet. They're piloting tools, not rethinking the operating system. The real race, the one that determines who survives the next 5 years, is still wide open. You have time. Not much, but enough. Which brings us to the final question. What are you actually going to do? Hashtag AI agents versus traditional business. The ultimatum. So here's the choice you actually have to make. You can transform into an agent-native organization right now. Shift your people to strategic oversight. Let AI agents become your primary execution workforce. Or you can do nothing. Watch competitors run 24/7 operations while you're still staffing the night shift. Watch them scale instantly while you're writing job descriptions. Most companies will spend 6 months forming a committee to discuss which path to take. Their competitors will ship 3 product lines in that time. This isn't about keeping up with an IT trend anymore. It's about surviving a fundamental restructuring of how value gets created. The ultimatum is here. Delaying just means you're playing a new game with outdated rules. So what's your plan for the agent-native future? Not your AI strategy. Your actual plan for when agents run operations while your org chart stays frozen. I've sat through enough transformation roadmaps to know most organizations will spend the next year preparing to prepare. Their competitors won't. The companies answering this question right now, the ones rebuilding operations instead of debating whether they should, those are the ones who'll own what comes next. This isn't a technology decision anymore. It's an existential one. If you're a leader who sees what's coming, follow for more.